Your leadership journey isn't some steady career path with a promotion that comes around every 3 years based on some industry standard. Sometimes situations change and you find that you have to lead. The question becomes, what are these situations? Would you recognize them when you come across one? And even if you did, will you be ready to take on the responsibility of leading others? In this video, I've gone out to the community and actually found out some actual situations that others have gone through that have told them that the time for them to lead was at that moment. And I'm going to share with you these situations so that you will be able to reflect on your own situation and realize that perhaps the time for you to lead is now. Let's get started. This video is based off Principle 30, if not me, then who? Principle 30 is part of the 30 principles of first-time leadership, that combination of traits that will allow anyone to be a successful first-time leader. To find out more about the 30 principles, there's a link in the description below. Just click on it. There are 3 things that I want to cover first before we proceed with the video. First, getting a promotion to manage a team doesn't make you a leader. Management is keeping things running. Leadership is sailing into the uncharted waters. When things are going smoothly, it's easy to manage. But when things are going a little bit crazy, that's when you have to lead. And that's when you are called upon to be the one leading in front, to go into the uncharted waters so that everyone is willing to follow you. And that's the difference. Because when you're a manager, everyone have to follow you. They don't have a choice. But when you're a leader, others willingly choose and decide for themselves if they want to follow you. Next, when you come across a situation, you have to firmly believe that you can resolve that situation, because your ability to lead others is going to be dependent on the size of that belief. Leadership requires belief, and belief requires reason. What are your reasons for wanting to lead? Are they as big as the situation that is currently before you? Finally, it's one thing to believe, it's another thing to actually lead. Leadership requires you to constantly push against the boundaries of your comfort zone. Mindset and knowledge might give you the foundation of leadership, but it is the actual taking of action and leading others to their success and delivering results that will make you a leader. Many of us want to climb the career ladder in the organizations that we work in. And we want to believe that the most capable to lead is put into positions of authority and influence. Unfortunately, that is not always the case. Sometimes we experience working with terrible managers or leaders that just make things horrible for everyone around them. By some fluke or luck or opportunity, these horrible managers have made it into positions of authority and influence. Sometimes playing it nice in the corporate world isn't enough. If you want to create a work environment and give others the opportunity to actually enjoy the work, what you need to do is to seize the power of leadership and to be a leader when the opportunity arises. Then you'll be in a position to actually create the type of environment that you envision. Many confuse leadership with management. Management is really a focus on ensuring the day-to-day operational priorities of your team to deliver the required results. And people who get into management are really good in following the rules. But when circumstances change, we find that these managers are unable or unwilling to lead in the new environment. And what crisis does is that because the rules have changed, it throws up a lot of situations which people have to face. And it is during this time of chaos that the unexpected leaders are thrown up and the opportunities to lead are given to them. Sometimes it's easier to let others take the lead even when you have the experience, or to tell yourself that you can play the support role and give others the opportunity. But here's the thing, eventually people move on, and if you stay around long enough, you become the most experienced person in the team. Then what? Being a leader is a choice. When the opportunity to lead comes to you, you need to decide for yourself if you're going to step up to lead. Getting promoted to manage others does take some getting used to. And some people struggle a lot more than others. For some, they sort of lose control and get attracted or seduced by the power and authority that they have, and they actually start to use it, which is not really cool. Think about it. In the modern workplace that many of us work in, most of us would prefer to be influenced rather than directed. And what you're going to find is that if you try to direct people, you're going to get minimal effort from them, and they're going to perform in a perfunctory way, right? Which is just giving you the minimum effort in order to deliver the desired results. But if you are willing to influence them, then you have a much higher chance of getting more discretionary effort out of them and producing better results than you would have expected. Everybody has their own leadership approach and how they interact with people. When a situation arises, you have to make the call as to whether you are the best person to lead. Because in some situations, it might be better off if you play a support role instead. There are actually several factors that you have to consider. Some of these factors might be time, energy, priority, opportunity for growth. Maybe there might be conflict involved if you were to step forward. The key is in realizing these. Being a leader isn't some kind of title that you seize. Now, I know what I said earlier about seizing the opportunity, but that's just it. When the opportunity arises, you have to seize the opportunity, but it doesn't make you a leader straight away. Being seen as a leader is something that takes time, and people have to gradually recognize you as the leader as you continuously bring them to their success. Even if you do not see yourself as a leader, if you are able to successfully bring others to their success and others recognize the leadership qualities in you, then the responsibility of leadership may be offered to you as a result, whether you want it or not. When you are at the bottom of the hierarchy in any organization, it's really difficult to understand why certain decisions are made by the people at the top. Have they considered certain factors? Why did they do it this way? Have they considered a better way of doing it? And you know what? Maybe they did, or maybe they did not. My point is this. If you want to be able to change things to the way you want it to be, then you have to get yourself a seat at the decision-making table, where you can either play a part to influence how things turn out, or actually have the power, status, and the resources to make things happen the way you want it to happen. And that is why I say earlier, when the opportunity to lead appears before you, you need to seize it. If you believe that something needs to be done, then you need to go and do it. You cannot sit around and wait for someone else to take the lead because they may not see that same thing as a priority for you. And so what you need to do is to be the change that you want to be If something needs to be done, you have to be the one doing it. You may not need to know all the answers, but you definitely need to know what is the next step that needs to be taken. There are lots of managers out there in the world who believe that developing their team is simply a case of sending them for a workshop or a seminar once a year. They adopt the tick-a-box approach to developing people so that then they can report to the higher-ups in the organization that they have done their part to develop others. Nothing worse than seeing the unrealized potential of people due to an ineffective or uncaring manager. However, if you see a way forward to help people realize more of their potential and help them reach their goals sooner, and if the opportunity for you to lead presents itself, don't you have a responsibility to step up and lead? Seeing how others lead or manage poorly can be a real motivator. There must be a better way in which people can be led so that they have purpose and vision. At least you know what not to do as a leader when the opportunity comes to you, so that then you can focus on what you can be in order to help people bring them to their success. There are a select few in any organization who will be blessed with the opportunity to be exposed to different challenges that will help them develop different aspects of their leadership. And as these people achieve success, they are mentored and coached and shown the way forward in how to be more successful. These lucky few will be fortunate enough to have their capability to lead gradually transformed into actual abilities to lead others. There are moments where you come across a situation, you are the most experienced person in the room. People are looking to you to lead. Sure, you can step aside and let the organization hire in a new leader who could lead all of you, but you don't know the direction that this new person is going to bring. So even if you feel that you are not a natural leader, perhaps this is an opportunity for you to step up, to lead. After all, like I said earlier, everyone is looking to you, everyone is already familiar with you, so at least they're willing to follow you right now. If you've enjoyed this video so far, I really appreciate if you hit that like button. It helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. And if you have not yet subscribed to First Time Leadership, do click the subscribe button so that you get notified of the latest videos when it comes out to help you with your first time leadership journey. There are very few opportunities in life where life is going to look you right in the eyes and tell you, it is time for you to lead. My aim is that by sharing these 12 situations when you have to lead, that you will give you an idea so that when you come across a similar situation, it might be telling you that your time to lead has come. In any case, my name is Daniel Lee from First Time Leadership. I look forward to speaking with you soon.